my peeps, welcome back. So I finally gonna have a Valentine's tutorial for you guys. It's gonna be, we're gonna make giant cookies with these wood pieces. This is from Dollar Tree, and I really wish I would have bought more. I only bought 4. I should have bought more because these are gonna really be nice and cute. I usually don't like make big size pieces. Like I try to keep it to, you know, look like a fake real food. But I just thought of this idea and I thought it was cute, and it would look cute on a tier tray, or if you have a bunch of them on a little plate. Anyways, let's get started. So what I did was I got some classic caramel to paint. You want to paint the edge because you want it to look like a baked cookie, right? So I got me a little bit of classic caramel right here. And I'm just going to paint the edges to make it look like a baked cookie. And you're going to go all around. And you don't have to make it look like a baked cookie. If you want to make this into a conversation heart cookie, you could just paint it one color, which we're going to do that too. But, you know, I kind of wanted it to look like a baked cookie, so that's why I did. And I think one coat is good because it's not overdone. And if you have a couple of spots that didn't get covered well, it's fine because it's, you know, you want it to look like a baked cookie, so that's fine. So one coat is definitely good. You don't have to make it like 100% perfect because it's gonna look like a baked cookie, which is fine. Just make sure you get all the little edges, you know, up to where the heart is, and that's all you really have to worry about. So that's it. It's not 100% perfect because I want it to look like a baked cookie, right? So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. We're gonna come back to that. You know what? Let me just paint it at one time. So this one I'm gonna make like a lavender color. This is lavender sachet, and I'm just gonna I don't want to mess up my little situation I got going on here. You know what? I can use this. I like these little I got this from Dollar Tree. This cute little silicone mat. It was right by where they have the you know, they have the gosh, why my brain get all frozen up when I'm on this making this video, where they have the glue guns. That's where I found it. So I'm going to just paint it lavender. Hopefully it'll be dry by the time I get to the next step. Just make sure you get like close to that edge, you know, so it looks nice and finished. I might have put too much paint, but that's me. I always got to overdo everything. Just take the lid off and put that paint back in there. So let's go. Come down this way. Try to get all the way to the edge. Take off the excess paint. Because, you know, oh man, I'm over here talking about I don't want to mess up my... And look what I do. Put paint right on it. I'm trying to keep this as decent as possible for as long as I can. That other one was a little grungy looking because I had glue on it, paint, caulk, all kinds of stuff was on it. Okay. I should have covered it with my large silicone thing that I have, but you know I didn't. All right, so it's painted. I'm gonna put it to the side, right? And I have one done over here, of course. Let me cover these paints up. This classic caramel is almost done. I can't even lock it, close it properly. I'm gonna keep it like this because it only has like a couple of drops left. So here you go. Got a pink one. See that? So now we're gonna put some words on here, and guess what we're gonna use? You've seen it before, and I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna use these gold rub-on letters, and it's gonna look so cute. You see I already cut these up. I don't have anything left on here. I did try to, you should have seen, I took all these leftover letters I had and I put them on top of the table, and I was doing like, I was freaking doing Scrabble and Wheel of Fortune and all kind of stuff, trying to figure out words so I won't have to cut a new sheet. I'm like, girl, you crazy. So I did make some words. Let me see. I cut out KISS, KISS. And I did, let me see. I did, I love you. And then I did babe. Right? So I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna say this one to say kiss. So how this works is, first place your letters before you take off the backing. Make sure you have it in position correctly, and then that's when you take off the back part after you have it, you know, spaced out, know where you want it, and you're gonna do letter by letter. That way you know you have it nice and spaced out. So I think I got it how I want it. So I'm gonna just start with the first letter and then go on from there. Yep. So all I do is I peel off the back. It has a sticky back, and make sure you put it right back down where you want it to be. Then you go with the next letter. You don't rub it until you put down all your letters, then you rub, okay? I love it. It's gonna look so pretty. Those letters are really, really nice. When I first grabbed it, when I did the Christmas when I did the craft for Christmas, I was like, but then after I did it and I saw how pretty it looked, I was like, oh man, I should have grabbed more. So see, you put them down, and now you're gonna rub it. Get you a wood stick or whatever you have, a credit card, a gift card, whatever. You just gonna rub. Now you gotta make sure you rub the letters good, because you want it to stick onto the paint. So you make sure you rub it. Take your time, rub each letter good. Because once you lift it, you really can't put it back down. You can, but this is kind of like, you know, once and done type of thing. So make sure you rub it good. Start at the top and work your way down to the bottom. Just rub it really good. Oop. Be careful you don't lift it. I just lifted that one. Just make sure you rub it well. Take your time and rubbing. These are gonna be fancy cookies, and we're gonna put some spackle on the border to give it like that icing touch, so it looks like a cookie. I'm gonna go through it one last time just for good measure. So now you're gonna need something a little pointy to get the edges up. Look at that K. What? It's so pretty. Now you move on to the next letter. Keep going. Boom, look. I could have probably centered it better, but y'all know what I'm trying to do here. Right? That's so pretty. Love it. So I have another one here. Look at this one. Be mine. This is so pretty. So what I did, let's put this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I made one in one color. In case you just want to make conversation hearts, you could just paint it one color, put the letters on here. Like, let's do babe. Right? Well, I didn't cut this one out right. I like to not have too much space around it, because when you try to put them together, it takes up too much space. So I like to cut as much of the excess around the letter. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me put this over here. Excuse me. So what I'm talking about is this. You see how much space is around this letter? I like to cut it down so there's not a lot of space. So when I try to align the letters, I could get them as close to each other as possible. I mean, you can't get it 100% close, but there's that less space around it, so it makes it easier for me to try to figure out how close or how far I should put them, because the other way is just too much space around it, and it's gonna look a little weird. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cut around it, get it as close as possible to each other without having too much space, right? So just want to get that out the way. Okay, so let's keep these over here so you guys can see them, how pretty they look. Let's put, I'm gonna put babe on this one. Okay, first you want to line it up, see how close to each other you want them. And sometimes it kind of throws you off. That's why I think I didn't center the kiss as good as, I mean, it don't look that bad, but it could have been a little better. So I'm going to take the first letter off and put it down next to that one. Then I'll take the next letter and line it up as best I can. And another thing is you want to try to keep it as straight. I mean, I know it's hard, but try to keep it as straight as you can. And so, like, you can make your you can make cookies, or you can make conversation hearts. You can make conversation heart cookies, or you could just make conversation hearts for your tier tray. And it's gonna look fancy. I mean, if you don't find these letters, you could also use the peel and stick ones. that's fine too. But I have these letters, and I just thought, you know, it would look nice. A little fancy update. You know, that gold gives it that little extra. So I thought I would do that instead of just like a regular, you know, like writing it with you could do that too though. Write it with the puffy paints. That works too. Get the puffy paint. And you can do it with that. Some white puffy paint or red puffy paint, because some of them Conversation Heart has red letters. So you can make it like that. Alright, let me see. I hope I hope I rubbed enough. That one looks good. Okay. This is the one I was worried about. Okay, came out good. Boom. There you got Babe. So, boom. So now we're gonna put some, I'll finish this one later, because I think I might need to put another coat of the lavender. So this one I'm just gonna leave plain, okay? It's not gonna have no edge or anything like that. So I got my piping bag, and I got a small closed star tip because this is, you know, a little edge. I didn't want to use a big tip. So, and I'm gonna put it on here so I don't have to move it once I'm done, because once I start touching it and I'm just gonna mess it up. So I just, you know, just put it on there. So I got my white. I'm just gonna use white, and this should be more than enough. And now let's see how this comes out. I really wanted to do the red one. Let's do the red one. Let's do the red one. See how, see how that comes out. Just squeeze your corking down. You know what? I'm gonna hold it in my hand. Let me squeeze some of this cork out. Get that air bubble out. Yep, there we go. And then let me hold it up. So I'm just gonna go like on the edge. Oh God, like this thing is acting crazy, of course. I think this tip might be. Boom. I messed it up a little bit over here because I had an air bubble. I don't know why. That's why I tried to squeeze it out. But once it dries, I'll pat it in place. You see that? It's like a cookie, a big old cookie. Once it dries a little bit, I'll be able to fix it up. If I touch it now, I don't know what's up with this tip. I like the open star tip, but I didn't have one. So I'm hoping Hobby Lobby has them on sale this week, because I really desperately need to get some. This one came out better. See it? So there you go. Your giant, ain't giant, but you know, bigger than usual I guess I could take it out and put it over here. So you guys can see it. I don't really like the way this came out, this cream. I hate when stuff be getting messed up. It really, see, once you let it dry a little bit, you could like mess with this and put it in place. You know, like if you didn't like something about it, make sure you don't have anything left on it to smear. But you could you gotta let it get a little bit of a skin, like let the air hit it and let it dry a little bit, and then you could mess with it. Okay, so here you go. You got your big old cookies. And then if you didn't want to make it into a cookie, you could just make conversation hearts. Totally up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Okay, so guys, that's going to be this tutorial. It was pretty easy, simple. Everything is from Dollar Tree. You get you a small container of spackle from Dollar Tree and just complete the look. All right, so until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy, keep crafting. Talk to you later. God bless.